Good morning, this is Kate. This is about the third time that I've recorded this because I just wanted to get it right. I'm currently sitting in a parking lot. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and before the sun comes up and all the lights turn off, and the daylight comes around, I wanted to just talk about something really quick that's been on my mind all morning. And I apologize in advance because I'm about to sound like a fucking motivational speaker right now. I'm about to do my best, I don't know any names like Tony Robbins or that one guy in the suit that's like, you have to achieve failure. Something along the lines of that. But anyway, I was thinking about how the last few days for me, I haven't been able to keep up with my goals I already set and publicly declared and made a promise to myself, and I haven't been able to achieve them for whatever reason. And I'm just looking to really knock down the reasons to not be keeping up this goal that I set. And for me personally, that is me, Kate, putting on my boots and recording a video talking about whatever on the daily. As long as I get something across to you every day, that's my goal. And for the past couple of days, I haven't been able to achieve that. And what I think that you need to do if you're in that situation is you just need to find out what exactly is causing that sort of thing to not work. You need to change your, I don't want to say change your perspective, but you need to pivot and you need to change stuff. So I don't like making videos during the daytime. I like making stuff when it's dark outside. So that's just personal preference, and I went from doing that later in the day because it's currently cold weather season right now, so the sun sets pretty late. But by that point, I'm fucking wiped because of everything else that's in the day, and my schedule is always getting busier, and I can always find time to fit something else in. So by the time it gets to the end of the day, I'm just completely done for. So I decided I was gonna start doing stuff in the morning. That way I have all the energy to do everything I need to do and still accomplish my goals. And I think that that's what you need to do if your goals aren't working. Is you absolutely can make it happen. You absolutely can. You just need to figure out how to do it. And if it's not working one way, just figure out another way. You're not failing to do it. Your first attempt isn't working. So any way that you need to do it, by any means necessary, just get it done, would be my advice. This is partially to you, but also to, me, because there's certain things that, I want to change. I think that everyone, myself included, needs to change things about themselves. And I've had this saying going on where, I can't help but now look in the mirror and say not out loud, but just thinking I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna take every part of you that I don't like, and I'm going to take every last iota, every fiber of your being, and I'm gonna rip and shred and tear it out of you until there's nothing left except the person that I want to see. If you're fat, I'm gonna quit giving you so much food until you look fit. Sorry, that sounds so bad out of context. I apologize. If your hair's messed up, I'm gonna figure out how to get my hair to look like the hair I want. If my fit don't go hard, I'm gonna change my clothes and I'm gonna alter my wardrobe, and I'm gonna switch things around until I dress how I wanna. If I can't talk the way I wanna, then I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna practice my articulation. I'm gonna talk to strangers. until I got a silver tongue. If I can't look people square in the face when I'm walking by them or when I'm holding a conversation, I'm going to stare at them for, I'm going to stare with my chest out and my chin up until that shit doesn't bother me anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I think it'd do you well to kind of have that sort of mentality, to look in the mirror and go, there's a version of you that I want to see, and I know somewhere in there he is there, but he or she is hidden behind all this stuff that for whatever reason has accumulated. And like a sculptor, I'm gonna chisel that big block of marble that is the you I see until there's only the you that, until there's a you that I want. All right, and that's I think is an important thing that me myself I gotta work on, is needing to change things about yourself. So if you can do that, I believe that that's one of the first steps, one of the easiest steps you can take to actually being who you want. You know, changing what you do on a day-to-day basis. Like, I woke up at 5 in the morning, and, you know, it wasn't too great having to, like, sleep early. I was already tired, but I can't fall asleep very well. It usually takes me like a few hours if it's not already super late. If it's like midnight and I'm wiped, I can sleep instantly. But if it's like 7 o'clock, it usually is until about like 9:30 when I actually start sleeping. It's bad, man. But if I can get into that routine and I can manage it, you know, without gaps too, because as soon as you let a gap in there, then that's when, you know, that's when stuff starts falling apart, and it's where it starts unraveling. You know, it's got to be like a concrete, you know, no choice but to do it decision. So, you know, waking up at 5 in the morning, that way I have time to get around, put together, you know, the fit that I want. I can be at the door at 6 in the morning. Right, and this is just for right now. Maybe I can push it even further. Maybe I can go back to like 4 in the morning. Hell, maybe even 3:30 or 3 if I'm really just looking to go that fucking crazy. Because I can do it. And if I can do it, then, I mean, I guess no reason not to. And if I can sustain it, if I can sustain that sort of deal, because what I also like about this added time is I got a guitar in this front seat right here. You know, all this free time in the morning to myself, I get to, you know, I get to do stuff and improve stuff like, you know, stretching for gymnastics, or practicing a guitar, or, you know, stuff like that, to where I like the quiet moments of the day like this, to where if I can get more of that in my schedule, then, I mean, the bigger head start I can have before anyone's even awake. You know, I bet some of my friends are still asleep right now. So, this is part of what winning to me feels like. Visibly seeing that you're improving. Alright? And, like, don't get me wrong, I'm really tired. You know, I say how much I want to be a smooth talker, but at 6:30 in the morning, that's a little tough. I'm a bit more articulate than usual. I don't have as many ums or uhs. And that's exactly what I want. I want to, you know, rip apart the part of me that stutters a bunch and goes and all the time. No, I want to be able to respond fast. I want to be able to talk fast, and, you know, with the meaning and I want to be able to say what I mean in a clear and concise manner. So, as long as I can see that there's visible improvement, then that's good enough for me. Anyway, that's enough of my rambling. Time to get my day started.